Boy, are you among the people folding marijuana? Huh? Are you hunting for girls? Small boy, let me ask you a question. Small boy, what are you doing? What are you doing that you now want to be tuned high by taking heroin? It's worrying me, young lady. Young lady, where is your virginity? Shh. Small girl. I went to preach in one of the higher institutions there, and one girl came for counseling, and I asked her, young lady, where is your virginity? She says, sir, somebody has collected it. And I asked her, the guy that collected your virginity, what did he give you? He said, he gave me a bottle of Coke. Excuse me, sister. Shh. So you are hunting for a husband? That's why you have become public toilet? That's why you have become Tokumbo, fairly used. Young lady, who will believe that you are only neat outside, but maggot has eaten you inside? Boy, are you hunting for girls? Excuse me? You say you don't understand what I'm talking. Can we check your gallery? Can we check what you write and send to people on Facebook? Excuse me? Are you a hunter? Wallowing in the bushes of this life, moving from one area to another. And that's what your mind tells you, that the best way to be a prominent girl in town is by selling your body. My brother, and your mind tells you that how you are going to make it in life is to sleep with little girls. A woman's child was crying because you don't seem to understand what the Lord is talking about, what he calls hunting. A woman's child was crying, and one guy in their compound came and took the child and gave the child lullaby, and this little child stopped crying. And the mother was shocked to her marrows. Why? She said, what I couldn't do to my crying child, what did this boy do to this child? Several men are going to hell. The woman kept quiet until next time the child started crying again. The same boy came, took the child, entered his room. The woman said, I want to know what happened. The woman stood by the window of this guy and was peeping. Lo and behold, what did this boy do? The boy pulled his boxers, brought out his private part, put inside the mouth of a small boy, a small child crying, and the child was sucking. And the child was sucking, and the woman raised a terrible alarm. Excuse me. Shh. Say the truth. Say the truth. I present you before an open Bible. Young boy, what did you do to ACM children? I was called to come and minister among JS 1, 2, 3 students in one church. Don't ask me the church. As I got there, I was hearing strange languages. I came and I was saying, what is this? I heard that the chaplain of that school was busy this His virgining there is 1, 2, 3 little girls. Hey, a man in white. Brother, excuse me. Sister. So something tells you that how to get a husband is by putting attachment on your eyes. So something tells you that is by making your hand look like that of peacock. And that is why you chew gum and you are, what is making these children happy? Laughing. God is crying and you are laughing. Young lady, please can I ask you, are you among these 2 children that went and cut their skirts? Boy, you are hunting. You are hunting. You left your school. You left your school. Your father sent you to school to go and study, to become something in life. My brother, you went to school and you got into that school. The only thing you could see in that school were girls. And you are now taking tramadol. You are now smoking. You are on sometimes. And from time to time, your father has been thinking that you are in school. Little does the man know that once you carry your bag, you end up in a guest house. Excuse me, boy. Are you here? Are you here? You are a homosexual? Youth program we are inviting you from 29th of this month. We invited youths the other year. Don't touch your hair. And when youths came, one young boy came and went and was meeting people that came to the camp. A young boy meeting young boys and telling them, let's have sex. As if that one was not enough for him, the boy went to security men in that village. He left the camp and peeped out to meet security men in the village and was asking them one after another, let's have sex. One man couldn't fathom it. They all trooped and entered the camp and called me out. I came out. They said, ask this one of your boys that came for us to have sex, what actually he has in mind. I asked the boy, is it true? I didn't know that the boy came to hunt men. Hey, boy, you no longer have sex. You have overgrown sex with women. Boy, it is now your fellow men. Oh, boy, is that where you have come to? Is that where you have come to? I came to preach in Federal Polyoko here. A young girl came to me and said, sir, what you are talking today is me. I said, what happened? She said, sir, as I am a lesbian. Whenever I even this morning the thing happened. I said, what happened? She said, as I was playing with my roommate this morning, my breast touched her breast and we started. Excuse me, are you a hunter? Hey, young girl, what if thorns and thistles wounded Esau? Young girl, are you the one always buying condom? Young boy, are you a hunter? You are hunting for little girls. You are hunting for girls in the internet. You just do www.pornography and naked women will just show on your phone. and you are busy watching. Are you a hunter? Are you a hunter? Are you making your hair dada? Boy, excuse me. Did your father make his hair dada? Boy, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever seen an Anglican priest with dada hair? Where did you learn it? Where did you learn it? So you are hunting. Boy, you are hunting. You are hunting. You are a hunter. Esau became a hunter. And he was hunting all over the places. He became a hunter. Do you know another thing Esau chose to become? Bible recorded he became a man of the field. He will enter the house anytime in the night and will be talking to his mother. Open this door. Oh, why are you people closing the door? Don't you know that I have not come back? Esau was a man of the country. Esau will put his hand like this. Every girl on the road. Esau was in the university. A man of open country. A man of field. Nobody could tame Esau. Excuse me. Young girl, does your mother tame you again? Young lady, excuse me. Young girl, I'm asking you a question. Tell me the truth. You and your mother, who is stronger than the other these days? Your mother wants to talk to you. Your mother is going round and round. Round and round. Round and round. Why? Because you will pounce on your mother. Young lady, you are now speaking aggressively to your mom, sarcastically to your mom. You are now talking in an audacious manner, in such a way that even your father is afraid of you. Abi, so audacious. Young lady, young girl, look here. So you now carry boys into your father's house? Young lady, I'm asking you, you now wear trousers in your house? You are a white girl. You are a white girl. Young lady, shh, let me ask you, who gave you what you are chewing? Young lady, are you testing cigarettes? There is one of you young girls here, you are testing cigarettes. Young girl, you are testing cigarettes. Boy, you can't control yourself again. So you are a man of the open country. When Esau went to hunt, he was hunting for guests. When Esau went there, he was doing all manner of things. Every time it was time for them to do something in the house, where was Esau? Esau was nowhere. I want to call every one of you under the sound of my voice this night. Can I ask you, young lady, listening even by television, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? Or you now go, you now take marijuana into your room and you fold marijuana and you are drinking and you are smoking, sorry. Let me ask you a question. How far will this life help you? Brother, you go to buy trousers in the market, you buy rough trousers, torn trousers. Excuse me, how long will it help your life? How long will it help your life? What did Esau choose to become? Esau chose to become a young man who had no value for valuable things. He didn't place value on valuable things. He said, I want to eat food. Brethren, let me ask you a question. Shh, look up. If a man is hungry, does he look for stew? Esau came back like this, and he felt hungry because none of those his wives was cooking for him. Terrible marriage of Esau. At 40, he had married two. None of them cooked for him. And Esau came back home. Brother, look up now. There was no food. There was no food. And what did he do? He started asking for food. Whether not play or a joke or reality. His younger brother asked him, the boy must have noticed that Esau must have been doing his birthright. Say birthright. 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 I don't so much value you. Sometimes I don't like you. In fact, fall. Okay, birthright. I like you again. Okay, birthright. And shh, why is this thing making you laugh? That somebody sent you to secondary school. You wrote SSCE. You failed. You wrote NECO. You failed. Your father now said you must go to university. The man took you like this, put you in a lesson center. You got to lesson center. The only thing you learned was how to paint. The only thing you learned was how to pin your hair. The only thing you learned was to make your hair dreads. And your father and your mother are now pursuing. He said, you must go to school. He said, I won't go. You must go to school. He said, I won't go. Young girl, is that what is making you laugh? Every year it is only mathematics or English holding you. How old are you? How old are you? Esau was joking with his birthright. And a young boy who knew the importance of birthright must have looked at Esau like this and said, I wish I were Esau. I wish I were Esau. I wish I were Esau. I want to collect his birthright. I want to collect his birthright. And then the young man came back from the bush one day, hungry. He approached his brother and said, give me food. The brother said, sell your birthright. Yeah, boy, you know what Esau did? Esau just said, I'm about to die. If I don't eat this food now, I will die. So what can birthright do to me? What can I get from birthright? When I'm about to die. Shh. Sister, let me ask you an absurd question. My sister, what will you give to your husband when you marry? 6 ordinary Coke, 13 naira Coke. A young boy rolled down his pants, took his pants and kept by waist beam. And a young boy finished sleeping with her and gave her a bottle of Coke of 30 naira. And the stupid girl woke up, rolled up her pants again and started going. Please, I want to ask you, on your night of honeymoon, when your husband will ask you, what did you keep for me? Young lady, what will you present to make your husband happy? Is it sex? Don't you know there are commercial sex workers? Is it food? Don't you know that they cook soup, good food in restaurants? Young girl, do you know that the only pride of a woman, what a woman can look at her husband eyeball to eyeball and say, I preserved my body for you. I bring it and give to you. Young lady, now that gonorrhea is around you all over now, maggot. Shh. Now that before you go out in the morning, perfume. Without perfume, you'll be smelling like mortuary. Young lady, my question is making you laugh. It's making you laugh. My question to you, young lady, when the chiefs are down, when the time of reckoning comes, a young lady looked at her husband, eyeball to eyeball, she said, I have been waiting for you. You really delayed. But even though you delayed, I preserved my body for you. Sister, okay, Okafo, that sees wherever you want to enter Okada, and you raise your leg. Shh. You raise your leg. Everybody will just see the color of your pant. Shame to you. You are a disgrace to your mother. Young boys are using you to do morning market. Young girl, I want to ask a question. How many of you young brothers and young girls in this hall can lift up their hands and say, my body is not for sale? Several of you, your abdomen is for sale. Several of you, your buttocks is sampled on Okada. Several of you, your armpit is for sale. Several of you, it is your chest. Several of you, every strategic area of your body is for sale. Shame to you. When you now sit down, you sit down. That's the time you now look for hanky and begin to cover yourself as if you don't know what you are doing. Agent of darkness that are all over the churches. I want to ask a question. How many of us will open their mouth and say, my body, this house is not for sale? How many young girls can say, oh, that's me, count me off? Oh, that's me, count me off. My body is not for sale. How many brothers can say, my hand is holy? I want to ask you, I present even you organizers of this conference. How many of us can lift up our hands in front of this holy place and say, God, you are my witness. No girl has been touched illicitly by me. Don't you masturbate? When you carry a bucket of water to the bathroom and we think you are bathing, what are you doing? Boy, what are you doing? So you are here now. People do not know what you are doing inside, but you are using Teddy. Teddy. You know you are using Teddy for masturbation. You use some terrible things for masturbation. What did this church used to become? A profane person. Polluted person. A polluted person. A bishop in the Anglican church said something that shocked me. Know what he said? That he was preaching on the pulpit like this. Listen, listen, listen. And as he was preaching, as I'm preaching, the Holy Spirit led that man of God. Say, go to so and so direction. He walked to that place. He got to the place. He said to one boy, can I have your phone? The guy gave him his phone. As the man collected the phone of this girl, what was in the phone? The boy and one girl were chatting in the church. And as they were chatting, the girl asked the boy, I opened my leg for you. Did you see my pants? I mean, when the man of God was sweating blood. I mean, when the man of God was releasing messages. And the boy was replying to the girl, open it wider. Let me see it better. In the church. I want to ask you a question. Are you a profane person here? Do you do profane business? Did you enter university with profane certificate? I want to ask you a question. How many of you here will lift their SSCE result and say, Father, you know I wrote it without giraffing. I wrote it without combination. How many of you that are looking at me here, that are in Federal Polytechnic Soko, that are in UNIZIC, that are in other universities in the country, can lift up their hands and say, I am not in the university with a profane result. The Bible recorded he was a profane person. He never valued something. And what did he become? The Bible says something. Excuse me, before I round up this message, can I tell you why the Lord brought me to this? Listen. The Lord brought you here to make you firebrands. Can you listen to me? The Lord brought you here to help your life, to deliver you from the shackles you have been under all these years. It's an opportunity. But my question is, how are you going to handle this opportunity? Hey boy, listen to me. The Lord brought you here to show you mercy now, to deliver you from the shackle you have been in all these years. Young lady, you know you've been dying in silence. You know your position is like that of Esau. You know your situation is like Esau. You've been asking questions. How will I come out of this? This is an opportunity for you this weekend. But my question is, what will you choose to become? A young girl came to me after ministering in their church, and she said, I want to come and see you. And she came. And she said, she looked at her life. At the time, her life started annoying her. 14-year-old girl. She became angry with herself and went to the backyard of their house and started crying. What was it? Boys were touching her on the breast anyhow. Young girl, ordinary romance, you drop Jesus. Small girl, ordinary romance. A young girl came to Unizik, a daughter of an archdeacon, whom we tutored in the house. We taught you with sacred songs. We taught you all manner of things that we ought to teach you. Just as she came into Unizik, a group of girls met her and asked her, "Are you still a virgin?" And she said, "Yes." They remoted her brain. They brainwashed her. And they told her, "Hey, if you remain a virgin like this," and the girl succumbed. Guess what, brethren? They arranged for her a guy that will break her virginity. A daughter that was born in the vicarage. A daughter that we suckled with the word of God. A daughter that was in AYF. And when this girl finished having sex with this guy, nothing happened until the guy graduated. As soon as the guy graduated, this girl was sleeping one night. She had a dream where she had sex with a guy. She woke up. She couldn't carry her waist again. And one of the members of the fellowship called me on phone. Said, "Can we bring her to your house?" I said, "Bring." Brethren, do you believe that the girl could not as much as bend down like this and collect her Bible on the chair? Young girl, have you noticed that your memory capacity dropped? That boy that was pressing you on your breast, who is he? Young boy, that girl you slept with last time, do you know how many men that have slept with her? And you collected their demons. And as she opened her wallet for you and you inserted your private part into her private part, do you know how many hundreds of demons that entered your body? No wonder you don't think well again. Because demons have, look at you now. You went to barb your hair. You are barbing like a madman. Look at what you are wearing. Young boy, you decided to wear boxers and you are moving like this, like somebody who is wearing pampers. My brother, do you discover you are no longer thinking well? When last did you wash your boxers? When last did you wash your singlet? Boy, come back. The Lord brought you here this weekend that you may be brought back to your father's house. You don't seem to remember the road to your father's house again. Can you come? Don't waste this opportunity. The Lord will be bringing verses from every direction. The Lord will be addressing several issues. I'm talking to one sister now. You are about veering into the bush in marriage. I'm talking to a sister. The man that wants to marry you, you know he's an unbeliever. The Lord will bring sharp rebuke in several areas. Will you open your heart to receive it? Or will you come and allow your friend to distract you here? I'm asking you a question, my brother, my sister. Will you be interested in microphone? Will you be interested in singing without singing out your life? I want to ask you a question. Will you begin to think about your life? That's the question the Lord is asking you this night. Can you talk to yourself? Will you choose to be a hunter? You came to this mighty meeting where hundreds of thousands have been spent. You are here. Nobody's asking you for money. Nobody's asking you for food. Nobody's asking you for anything. The only thing they're saying to you is sit down and eat. Young lady, I want to ask you a question. Will you miss this opportunity? I want to talk to everybody under the sound of my voice. Hear you the word of the Lord. There was a day when he Esau turned like this. He wanted to collect his birthright again. But Jehovah said, no more time. Listen to me. When I read in my Bible, the Bible says, seek ye the Lord when he may be found. I discovered that the implication is that there is a time you can't find the Lord again. I'm calling you, don't waste this weekend. Don't misuse this weekend. If the Lord calls you to run to the altar, to change your life, come to the altar. Do you have some people you needed to delete their phone numbers in your handset? Don't miss it in this weekend. Are you here? Is there? I went to preach. I went to Onisha. One young girl, we've been laboring over her life, and I got to their house, and the girl she went and downloaded 135 worldly music in her handset. How will you do well if you are singing Flavor here? If Lucky Dube, if Celine Dion is your good music, if Osito Sadebe is your music, how can you do well if you are drinking beer? How can you do well if you are drinking liquor? If you are smoking? My brother, don't cover it. Don't cover it. Brother, seek ye the Lord now. Sister, seek ye the Lord now. Everybody under the sound of my voice, Esau sought his birthright with tears. He couldn't find it. And that was why he lost that golden opportunity. God of Abraham, God of Isaac, instead of God of Esau, they said God of Jacob. What do you want to lose? Hello? Young lady? Will you reject Jesus because of this boy? Because of romance? Chome chome? Nke baby? Shh. Because of nke? Enke? Chome? You reject Jesus. Boy, shh. Boy, look up. Will you reject Jesus because of women breast? Will you reject Jesus because of tramadol? Guy, because of necklace? Hey, excuse me, guy, because of dreadlock, you no longer comb your hair. Will you reject Jesus because of saggy? Excuse me, put 2 and 2 together. What have you gained from saggy? Since you started sleeping with this girl, have you noticed that your life is zigzagged? Young girl, this boy has reduced you to Tokumbo. Can you come to Jesus for him to put your life together again? Oh, I'm begging you. This is the day of salvation. This is the day of salvation. The day the Lord can hear tears. Young girl at the back, you are the registration stand. Organizer, please, we are in the potter's house. Hey, brother, Oga is here. Hey, Abraham, we've been empowered to circumcise people here. But I want to ask you, how many of you will undress for circumcision? Young lady, you know there are several things you are covering here. You have been covering in your local church. You know that the youth coordinator of your local church, you have been having sex with him. Will you open up? Hey, listen, the Lord has brought verses here to redirect your life. Will you allow him? Young girl, will you play smart? Will you dodge the bullet of the word of God? Young boy, you know you come to church with number 6. Shh, boy, you are very sharp. Boy, you are sharp. But will you allow God to touch you? You that is watching by television, I'm asking you a question. Young lady, will you continue like this for how long? How long will you tattoo your body? How long will you sell your body for men? Can you come? The man of Calvary is here. The man of Calvary is here. He wants to show you mercy. He wants to deliver you. Excuse me. He said I should tell you all the things you've done all these years, several terrible things you did. I will forget them. I will wipe them off. I will cast them into the sea of no remembrance. I will show you mercy. I will pick you up again. I will dress your body. You will see beauty in your life again. I want to ask you a question. Can you come to the man of Calvary? He will show you mercy. Are you a backslider here? Or can you stop that? Are you a backslider here? backslider, come to the Lord. Come to the Lord. The Lord wants to show you mercy. Oh, how do I tell you? Oga is here. The supreme commander of the whole universe. The potter. Even though your life has been marred, even though you have been disfigured, even though you don't have, I met one girl from this area. I was teaching her in the university, and as I met her, her life was tattered, her shattered life. I brought her to my office, and I asked her, even beauty she was no longer bringing to herself. I said to her, young lady, why are you like this? Before I could finish talking, tears started rolling down her cheek. She said, a Christian brother messed my life up, took me to fornication, and destroyed my life. She started crying. Are you here? It was a pastor. It was a pastor that messed your life up. A young girl was in a church where I went to preach, and later she came for counseling, and I asked her, who is the man that messed your life up? She said, it's a pastor. Pastor. She has aborted not less than 2 children for the pastor. The pastor, she can no longer count the number of times she slept with the pastor. The pastor will be going for ministration. She will carry this girl to a ministration. They will sleep in one hotel. This girl, the pastor rented a house for her in Unison. He said, a pastor that messed your life up. The man of Calvary said, I should call you. He said, I should call you. Your life cannot continue like this. You are not going to end this way. You are not going to end this way. Look at how diseases are eating you. Look at how staphylococcosis. Look at rashes on your body. When the man of Calvary is here. The man of Calvary is here. Come. He will put your life together again. He will show you mercy. He will deliver you. I will show you that he is a merciful Father. Can you come? It shall be well with you. But if you cover your sin, it shall not be well with you. Bow your heads and let us pray. If you cover your sin, you will not prosper. If you cover your sin, you will not prosper. I hear the man of Calvary say, as many as will come, I shall in no wise cast out. I want to call you, brother. Stop moving up and down now. I want you to bow your heads in prayer. The Lord is saying, I have bread of life for you in this meeting. I have bread of life for you in this meeting. I want to show you mercy. I want to recover years you have wasted. I want to make your life beautiful again in this weekend. Can somebody talk to the Lord? Brother, my beloved brother, don't do big manism here. Don't do big manism.